Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we are going to continue exercise 7.2 of coordinate geometry. So before starting, I just want to discuss one thing. In the previous video, in the last question, we had to find relationship between x and y. So you can go through that because there I have made one mistake. See 12x, so these two, because we were finding the relationship, so any one from x and y we can keep on this side and remaining we can shift on other side. So I'll shift minus 4, I will shift plus 4y to other side, it will be changed to minus 4y, and plus 20 I'll shift to other side, it will be changed to minus 20. So there is what I have done one mistake. There also I have written plus sign, so correct that thing if you have done it wrong. So here minus sign should come because plus will be changed into minus when we are changing the side. So remaining everything will remain same. So this, because all the numbers they are multiples of 4, so with 4 we will divide both the sides, because I have already told you whenever we are making any change, that change has to be made on both the sides. So we are dividing both the sides of the equation with 4. So 12 into 4 into 3 is 12. So it will be 3x. 4 into 1 is 4. So it will be minus y. And 4 into 5 is 20. So minus 5. So if you want, you can shift this y to this side, or you can leave it like this. So this is the relation between x and y. 3x is equals to minus y minus 5. Now let's start the new concept. So in this chapter, in this exercise, we are going to do section formula. So first of all, understand the meaning of that. So I have this Cartesian plane. I have already discussed what is Cartesian plane in my introductory video. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Horizontal line x-axis, vertical line y-axis. So I have 2 points here, point A, and here somewhere point B. So I'll join these two. Now this line is divided in some ratio. Ratio means, like, if I am dividing this line in half, it will be in ratio 1:1. So in any ratio we are dividing this line, it can be in any. So we will name that ratio by m1 and m2. So, or I can write m1 is to m2. Now at this point I have coordinates x, y. At point A I have coordinates x1, y1. At B I have x2, y2. So these are the coordinates. Let us assume this is point P. So basically I have one line AB which I have divided in ratio m1 is to m2. See, if this is any straight line, I am dividing it in like this. This is AB. So it will be in ratio 3:4 or 1:4. So because we are dividing in parts, we are dividing, so it should be in any ratio. So that ratio here we have given the points m1 and m2. So you will understand it in a better way once we solve the numericals. X coordinate, these points. For these points we have been given the formula. The value of x we can find by using this formula. m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. And y coordinate we can find by using this formula. m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. And this is known as section formula, and this formula we are going to use in this exercise. So in few questions we have to use distance formula also, but main is section formula, and you have to understand which formula we have to use. Now let's start with the exercise. In the first question of the exercise, we have to find the coordinates of the point which divides the join of these 2 points in the ratio 2:1. So what is given to us, we'll understand that first. So 2 points are there. Let us assume P and Q points are there. So this is point P -1, 7, and this is point Q 4, -3. And this line is divided in the ratio 2:1. So it is divided in this way. Here some point, let us assume R point is there, whose coordinates are x and y. Because I have told you the values, how to find the values of x and y in the section formula. Now ratio is given to you. So this line is divided into ratio 2:1, which means M1 and M2 is given to you. M1 is 2 and M2 it is 3. Now you have the values of here x1, y1, x2, y2, M1 and M2. You have to find the values of x and y. See, it's written find the coordinates of the point. So this point, it is dividing this line into the ratio 2:3. So we have to find this x and y. So directly we can apply the section formula and we can find the value. So x, it is M1 x2 plus M2 x2, M2 x1 and M1 plus M2. So direct formula I am applying now. I just have to substitute the values of this all. So M1 is 2, x2 you can see here x2 is 4 plus M2 is 3 into x1 it is -1. M1 plus M2 which is 2 plus 3. Now 2 into 4 it is 8, 3 into -1, 3 into -1 it will be -3. So plus -3, because this plus we have to write as it is. 2 plus 3 it is 5. Now 2 signs together, we have to make 2 signs a single sign. So 8 plus minus is minus. So 8 minus 3 upon 5. 8 minus 3 it is 5. 5 upon 5. So 5 and 5 will get cancelled. So I got the value of x equals to 1. So I will write here 1 I got. Now let's find the value of y. So for y we have to apply the formula of y. So same formula, only the values of y I have to write now. M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2. See, this is section formula. Now we'll substitute the values of M1 which is 2, y2 it is -3, M2 you can see M2 is 3, y1 is 7. M1 plus M2 it is 2 plus 3. So 2 into -3 it will be -6 plus 3 into 7 it is 21. 2 plus 5 it is 2 plus 3 is 5, plus minus is minus with the sign which is with a bigger number. So 21 minus 6 it will be 15 by 5, because with 21 plus sign was there, that's why our answer it will be in positive form. So it will be plus 15. So 5 into 1, 5 into 3. So the value of y it is 3. So our coordinates are 1 and 3. So we have just applied the section formula and found the value of x and y. The second question, you have to find the coordinates of the points of trisection of the line segment joining these points. So there is one line segment, let's name it AB, and coordinates of A and B is given to you because it's mentioned. See, it's coordinates of line segment, this 4 and -1 and -2 -3. So now you have to find the coordinates of the points of trisection. Trisection means we are dividing this line into three parts. Trisection means tri means three and equal parts you can say. So in this way we are dividing this line segment AB. Now you have to find the coordinates of this. This xy you have to find and this xy you have to find. So let's name these points as C and D. Now the question is, we should have ratio also. Only then we'll be able to find these coordinates. So this will name as x1 y1 and x2 y2. Not in that formula, but just to make you understand that these points are different. Now trisection. See, trisection means this line is divided into three equal parts. So one part is this, one part is this, and one part is this, which means total three equal parts. So now if I have to find the ratio in which point C is dividing this complete line. So you can see, if I say point C, this is my one part, so I'll write point C, it will divide into 1, and this here if you can see, so I want in which ratio this point C is dividing the line segment AB. So here AC I have one part I have written also, because trisection means three equal parts, so I have written also. Now this we can write ratio of AC is to BC. So AC is 1, BC if we see, this is 1, this is 1. So in BC we have two parts, so which means BC. So C divides this line segment AB in ratio 1:2. So now find, this was about C point. Now let's find out the ratio in which point D is dividing this line. So if you see this, we have to find the ratio of AD is to BD. Now AD, if you go from A to point D, you can see two equal parts are there. So which means 2 we will write here, and if you go from D to point B, only one part is there. So ratio we can find, it is 2:1. So at one time we are considering only one point. So I will remove it so that you won't get confused. Overall this line is divided into three equal parts. So first of all, let's find the coordinates of point C, and we have just found out that this point C is dividing our line in ratio 1:2. I have explained you also how this is dividing into 1:C. One part is there and two parts is there. So let's find out the coordinates of point C. And here your ratio M1, from here we can see M1 is 1 and M2 is 2. 1:2 means M1 is 1, M2 is 2. Now we have the values of X1, Y1, X2, Y2 and M1 and M2. We have to find the values of X and Y. So let's apply the section formula again. For X it is M1 X2 plus M2 X1 upon M1 plus M2. So M1 it is 1, X2 you have to see there, X2 it is -2 plus M2. M2 is 2 and X1 it is 4. M1 plus M2, 1 plus 2 it is 3. 1 into -2 it is -2 plus 2 into 4 it is 8. 1 plus 2 it is 3. Now plus minus is minus, so 8 minus 2 it will be 6 upon 3. 6 into 1 is 3 into 1 is 3, 3 into 2 is 6. So I got the value of X equals to 2. So I will write it out here. Now let's find out the value of Y. So formula, section formula we have to apply to calculate the value of Y. So this X2 and this X1 it will get replaced by Y2 and Y1. So let's fill the values. M1 it is 1, and y2 it is minus 3, m2 it is 2, and y1 it is minus 1. m1 plus m2 1 plus 2, 1 into minus 3 it is minus 3, plus 2 into minus 1 it is minus 2. So 1 plus 2 it is 3. So two signs together we have to make it single sign. Plus minus it is minus 2 upon 3. Minus minus it is plus. So minus 3 minus 2 it will be minus 5 by 3. So minus minus is plus with a negative sign. So y is equal to minus 5 by 3. So the coordinates of point C are 2 and minus 5 by 3. Now let's find out the coordinates of point D. So what you will do, just remove this point and mark point D. So because this we have already calculated now, so we don't have to get confused. We'll remove point C and only we'll write point D. XY we will write here and we'll apply. Now our values of m1 and m2 is, m1 you can see, because this point D it is dividing line AB in the ratio 2:1. So m1 it is 2 and m2 it is 1. So remaining x1, x2 and y1, y2, their values they will remain same. So x, we'll apply section formula m1 x2 m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. So we'll substitute the values. m1 it is 2 into x2. So we'll see x2 is minus 2 plus m2 is 1. You can see I have written everything I have written, and x1 it is 4. You can see here m1 plus m2, which is 2 plus 1. 2 into minus 2 it will be minus 4, because 2 into 2 is 4 and this minus sign we have to write as it is. Plus 1 into 4 it is 1. Oh, 1 into 4 it is 4. 2 plus 1 it is 3. So 4 minus 4, because 1 4 is with minus sign, 1 4 it is with plus sign. So same numbers with opposite sign they will get cancelled. So we will get x coordinate equals to 0. Now let's find out the y coordinate of point D. So this x2 and x1 it will get replaced by y2 and y1, because section formula of y it is m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So we'll just substitute the values of all these. m1 it is 2 and y2 it is minus 3 plus m2 it is 1, y1 it is minus 1, m1 plus m2 it is 2 plus 1, 2 into minus 3 it is minus 6, 1 into minus 1 it is minus 1, plus sign I will write as it is, 1 into minus 1 it will be minus 1. So 2 plus 1 it is 3. Now I have two signs together, so I have to make it one sign. Minus 6 plus minus it is minus 1 upon 3. Minus minus it is plus with a minus sign. So 6 plus 1 it is 7. So minus 7 upon 3. Plus minus minus is plus with a negative sign. So we have got the value of y coordinate as 7 by 3. Now let's do the next question. Question number 3, it's given to conduct sports days activities in regular rectangular shaped school ground ABCD. You can say this is a school ground ABCD and this is rectangular in shape. So lines have been drawn with chalk powder at a distance of 1 meter each. You can see these lines, they are drawn at a distance of 1 meter. 100 flower pots have been placed at a distance of 1 meter from each other along AD. See, along this line 100 pots are placed, which means total values are till 100. So if you see this figure carefully, you can see this is just like a Cartesian plane. This is y-axis and this is x-axis. So the total values on y-axis it is till 100 since 100 pots are placed, and total values on x-axis it is till 10. Let's given Niharika runs 1/4 at the distance 1/4 the distance AD on the second line and posts a green flag. Preet runs 1/5 of the distance AD on the 8th line and posts a red flag. So what is the distance between both the flags? See, one girl, she has run 1/4 of distance AD. Distance AD is 100. And this girl, she has run 1/5 of AD. 1/5 of AD means 100. Because y coordinates they have given 100, they have placed 100 pots, which means the total distance is 100. So from there we will find the, since these are also vertical lines and they have given the distance with respect to AD, so from this we can find the y coordinate, and from x, since she is running on second line, which means x coordinate is 2, and this girl, she is running on 8th line, which means x coordinate is 8 here. So we can find the x and y coordinates in this way, and we have to find distance between both the flags. So we will use distance formula, which we have done in the previous exercise. And the second part, so after finding the distance, they have given if the Rashmi has to post a blue flag exactly halfway between the line segment joining the two flags, where should she post her flag? So after that, one girl Rashmi, she has to post a flag exactly halfway between these two flags. Halfway means this line, it will be divided into 1:1 ratio, because halfway means it will be divided into two parts, two equal parts we can say. So that we can find by using the section formula, which we have started in this exercise. Now let's start with the question. I have already explained you the question. Now let's try to find the coordinates of the two girls in which they are, because one girl is running in the second line and the other girl is running in 8th line. These are the lines I have already shown you, which means we have to find the coordinates of this point and this point. So we will name this as point A, or let's name it as point P and Q. So this person, she has run 1/4 of second line. 1/4 of second line she has run, which means x coordinate, it's confirmed because second line, and on second line this is our x axis and this is y axis. So we have to assume in this way. So point 2 is on x axis, which means for this person which is at point P, the value of x axis, it is 2. Now 1/4 she has run, 1/4 of second line. We have already discussed total distance, this is still 100. It's already given in the question. So which means 1/4 of 100 this person has run. So like this we'll find the value of y coordinate, because vertical line will give you the value of y coordinate. So vertical line, they have described us in that way that this person, she has only covered 1/4. So 1/4 of total distance, which is 100. All the values on y axis are till 100. So y, it will be 1/4 of 100, which will be 4 into 1 is 4 and 4 into 25 is 100. So y will be 25. So I have got the coordinates of point P, which is 2 and 25. So in the same way, so y, just you have to understand one thing, vertical line will always gives you the y coordinate. That's why we have found the value of y coordinate in this way. So same way we will find the coordinates of Q point. So this person is running in 8th line and 8th point is on x axis, which means on x axis I have the value of x as 8, and now she has run 1/8 of total distance, which is 100. So it will be, sorry, it is 1/5. So 1/5 of total distance, which will give me 20. 5 into 20 is 100. So y coordinate, it is 20. Now we have to find the distance between these two persons. So distance formula we have already done in the previous exercise. Same formula will apply. Now I have both the coordinates x1, y1 and x2, y2. See, both the coordinates we have, and we can apply the distance formula. If you remember, we can write PQ, it is equals to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. See, I have told you at the starting, in some places they will give us to use the distance formula also. So here we have to use distance formula. So this was the distance formula which we have done in the previous exercise, and if you have not seen the video of my previous exercise, I have already shared the link in the description. You can check out that video also. So x2, now back to this question, x2 is 8, x1 is 2 plus y2 is 20, y1 is 25 whole square. So 8 minus 2, it will be 6, and 20 minus 25, minus plus is minus with a minus sign, with the sign which is with a bigger number. So 20 minus 5, 25 minus 20, it will be 5, and with 25 which is a bigger number, minus sign is there. So with my answer also minus sign will be there. So minus 5 whole square. 6 into 6, it will be 36, 5. Minus 5 into minus 5, minus and minus sign will get cancelled, 5 into 5 will be 25. So if you add this, you will get square root of 61. So under root 61 units is the distance between P and Q, or the distance between two persons. Now the next part of the question is that you have to find the coordinates of this point, which is exactly halfway. Halfway means midpoint. So you have to find the coordinates of the halfway, because that person has to host a flag at the halfway. Halfway means midpoint. So whenever this situation or this condition is given to you, that two lines, they are divided, or they are divided into half and half. So in that case, the values of m1 and m2, it will be 1:1. Because see, this line, we are dividing it into two parts, two equal parts. See, half means two equal parts. This is one part and this is one part. Total two parts, and we are equally dividing them, which means the ratio will be 1:1. So when the values of m1 and m2, it is 1, simple formula of x and y, it will be x1 plus x2 upon 2, y1 plus y2 upon 2. It is only in that case whenever your line, it is divided into equal halves, or whenever this line or this point is the midpoint of these 2 points. Now we can put the values of x1, x2, y1, y2, because the values, the points, they are same. So we can simply put the values and find the coordinates x and y. So this point was 2 and 25. So this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So x1 plus x2, 2 plus 8, 2 plus 8 upon 2, it will be 10 upon 2, which will be 2 into 5 is 10. So value of x will be 5. Now let's find out the value of 5 of y. Y1 plus y2, 20 plus 25 divided by 2, which will be 45 by 2, and you can divide it, you can get a value in decimal numbers. So 22.5 units you will get as answer, or 22.5. So whenever this point is midpoint of this line, this formula you can use the value to find the values of x and y. Now let's do the next question. Fourth question, we have to find the ratio in which line segments joining the points, they are divided by this point. So we have to find ratio. So which all things are given to us, we will write first. So I'll name this as line segment AB. Whose coordinates are given to me. See, the coordinates of the line segment is given to me. So I will write -3, 10 and 6, -8. Coordinates of A and B is given to us. Is divided by this point. So this point is also given to me. So this is any point C which is dividing entire line AB into any ratio. And this point or coordinates of this point is -1C. So we have to find the ratio, which means we have to find the value of M1 and M2. So whenever you have to find the ratio, just assume that this point C, so let the point C divides AB, line segment AB in ratio k:1. You always, whenever you have to find a ratio, assume that this ratio is k:1, which means M1 it is equals to k and M2 is equals to 1. Now we can apply the section formula and we can find the ratio. So x, section formula of x is equals to M2 x1 plus M1 x2 upon M1 plus M2. So the value of x is also given to us. See, it is -1. -1. Now M2 is 1. X1 it is -3 plus M1 which is k, x2. So here I will write x1 y1 x2 y2 so that you won't get confused. X2 it is 6. M1 plus M2 will be k plus 1. So this will shift to other side. This thing is getting divided, k plus 1 is getting divided by this term, so on shifting to other side it will get multiplied. So -1 multiplied by k plus 1. So if something is getting divided on one side, on changing the side it will get divided. Now 1 into -3 it will be -3 plus k into 6 it will be 6k. Now this side if we multiply -1 into k plus 1 it will be -k -1, because -1 if you multiply with k it will be -k and -1 if you multiply with 1 it will be -1, because whenever any number is outside the bracket you have to multiply it with both the numbers. So -3 plus 6k. Now let's shift all the terms to one side. So -k -1. So this -3 if you shift to this side it will be changed to +3. This plus 6k if you shift to this side it will be changed to -6k. On other side nothing is there, which means we have to write 0. -k. So like terms we can add or subtract. So I can say this and this, they both are like terms and these both are like terms. So we'll do accordingly. -6 minus k minus 6k. Minus and minus it is plus. So 6 plus 1 it is 7 with a minus sign, because minus is plus but the sign with the answer should always be minus. So k we have to write as it is, because both of the terms they have k as the variable. -1 plus 3, again minus plus is minus, so 3 minus 1 it will be 2, plus 2 because with 3 we have plus sign, so we will write plus sign. Now -7k is equals to, we need the value of k, so this 2 will again shift to other side, it will be changed to -2, because plus 2 on shifting the side it will be changed to -2. So minus and minus signs. anything which is equal and they are present on opposite sides of equal to, they can get cancelled. So this minus sign and this minus sign we can cancel. So k is equals to 2 is here. So this 7 will shift to other side. This 7 is getting multiplied with k. Now on shifting side or changing the side, this 7 will get divided. So we got the value of k as 2 by 7. Now we need to find the ratio. We have just got the value of k, but our ratio, it was k is to 1. So let's substitute the value. K is 2 by 7 into 1. So what we will do, we will multiply, because this denominator we have to finish. So what we'll do, we'll multiply both the numbers with 7. See this ratio, it is like this sign. It is like a sign of fraction. So again I will do in this way. So k is to 1, I will write k by 1. Now let's write the value of k, which is 2 by 7 upon 1. So I have this fraction. If you are dividing anything, with 1, you will get the same number. So you will get 2 by 7. So this ratio, it will be 2 is to 7, or you can also do it like this. I have k is to 1, you can write 2 by 7 is to 1, you can multiply both the sides with 7. So if any change we have to do on both the sides. On single side we cannot do anything, because same side, if we do any change, this and this will get cancelled, so it won't make any difference. So that's why I am multiplying both sides with 7. So this 7 and this 7, it will get cancelled. So 7 into 1, it will be 7. So I got my ratio 2 is to 7, which is same like this. So the ratio was 2 is to 7. C point divides line segment AB in the ratio 2 is to 7. Now let's do the next question. In the fifth question, we have to find the ratio in which line segment joining AB is divided by x-axis, and also find the coordinates of the point of division. So let's understand what they are asking us to find. So they have given us one line segment AB, and coordinates of A and B is also given to us. You can see coordinates of A is 1, minus 5, and coordinates of B is minus 4 and 5. So we have to find the ratio in which any line is dividing this line segment AB. So but this line, it is divided by x-axis. This line AB, it is divided by x-axis. So I have explained to you earlier also, if any point is present on x-axis, it will look like this, x0, because the value of y will be 0 if any point lies on x-axis. So this point which is dividing AB, it lies on x-axis, it's mentioned. So this point will look like this. Now we have to, let's name it as point C. So we have to find the ratio in which point C is dividing line segment AB. So we have x1, y1, x2, y2, and we have to find m1 and m2. So this thing we have to find. So whenever you have to find ratio, always assume that let point C divides AB in k is to 1 ratio. So instead of m1, m2, assume that this point C is dividing this line segment into ratio k is to 1. So if you see in this case, your m1 it will be k, and m2 it will be 1. So always whenever you have to find a ratio, assume that this particular point, it is dividing in the ratio k is to 1. Now we have 2 points, so we will apply section formula and will find the value of this k. Now if you see this coordinates of C, you can see y is given to us, because y we know it will be 0. So we will use the value of y and find the value of k. So section formula for y coordinate we will apply. Y, it is equals to m2 y1 plus m1 y2 upon m1 plus m2. So m2, you can see here m2 is 1, y1 it is minus 5, m1 it is k, and y2 it is 5, m1 plus m2 it is k plus 1, and value of y we also know it is 0. So we will write 0 over here. So now this you can shift to this side, k plus 1 is getting multiplied by this term. So if you shift it to other side, it will get multiplied. So we will get 0 into k plus 1 is equals to 1 into minus 5, it will be minus 5, plus k into 5, it will be 5k. So 0 into any number, it will give you 0. So this minus 5 also, so let me write in this way first. So we have this value now. So I have minus 5 plus 5k is equals to 0. So I need to find the value of k. So this term which has k, I will keep on this side, and remaining term I will shift to other side. So minus 5 on shifting to other side, it will change into plus 5. So k will be equals to 5. This 5 is getting multiplied by k. So we, on changing the side, it will get divided. So 5 into 1 is 5. So we will do cancellation. So we got the value of k equals to 1, which means this k is to 1 will be equals to 1 is to 1. So which means point C divides line AB in the ratio of 1 is to 1. Now the next part, it tells us find the coordinates of the point of division. Coordinate means we have to find the value of x also, because y coordinate we already know. So you can apply section formula for x, because you have to find the value of x. X is equals to m2 x1 plus m1 x2 upon m1 plus m2. Now since we have already got the values of k, which means m1 is equals to 1 and m2 is also equals to 1. See, because this line, it is dividing in the ratio 1 is to 1, which means m1 is also 1 and m2 is also 1. So m2 is 1, x1 is 1 plus m1 is also 1, x2 is minus 4, m1 plus m2 is 1 plus 1, 1 into 1 it is 1, 1 into minus 4 it is minus 4, 1 plus 1 it is 2. So when two signs are together, we have to make it one sign. So 1 plus minus minus, 1 minus 4 upon 2, minus plus is minus. So 1 minus 4 it will be 4 minus 1, which is 3, and the sign which is with the bigger number. So this 2 we will write as it is. So 4 was the bigger number, so with 4 minus sign is there, due to which with our answer also minus sign will be there. So minus 3 by 2 is the value of x. So the coordinates of this point are minus 3 by 2, and with this 5 questions of this exercise have been completed, and I'll continue next 5 questions in my next video. So thank you so much for watching the video. See you in my next one.